Hello students, in this video class we are going to discuss about tables and forms in HTML. So this is chapter number 10. Okay, chapter number 10, tables and forms in HTML. Tables and forms in HTML. What is the full form of HTML? Hypertext Markup Language. Hypertext Markup Language. Now let us discuss about table. Okay. Let us discuss about table. What is table? It is a group of, it is a set, or you can say group of rows and columns. Rows and columns. Okay, it is a set or group of rows and columns. Now, what is cell? What is cell? It is an intersection of a row and a column. It is an intersection. It is an intersection of a row and a column. Okay, or in other words, we can say a cell is formed. A cell is formed by the intersection of a row and a column Okay, a cell is formed by the intersection of a row and a column. Okay, it can also be called as a data cell. It can also be called as a data cell. Okay, why? Because it can contain text, okay, images, lists, paragraph, and forms. Okay, so it is also called as a data cell. A cell is also called as a data cell because it can consist a text, image, list, paragraph, form. Okay, now let us try to understand this. Listen. Suppose, let me give you one example of a table. Example of a table. Students score sheet. Okay, students score sheet. Students score sheet. Now suppose the column headings are RN, then students name. Okay, then suppose first term percentage. Here we will write second term percentage, and here we will write annual percentage. Okay, now suppose roll number 1, 2, 3. Okay, we are taking the data of 3 students. The first student is suppose Amit Sharma. Okay, Amit Sharma. Second one is Raj Singh. Third one is Anupama Gop. Okay. In first term, suppose 92. In second term, 85. Then in annual, 87. Raj Singh, 65, 74, and then 69. Okay. 98, 92, 93. So this is a table, yes or no? This is a table. Now in this table, see, this is the first row. Okay, this is the first row. Okay, this is the second row. This is the third row. and the last one is the fourth row. Okay, so this is row number 1, this is row number 2, this is row number 3, this is row number 4. Now this is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3, this is column 4. Okay, so you can say column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Okay, column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, column 5. Okay, now this, the title of the table is called as caption. Okay, CAPTION, caption. Okay, so these are the rows. Okay, these are the rows and these are the columns. Okay, these are the rows. This is the first row. Okay, this is the first row, this is the second row, this is the third row, this is the fourth row, this is the fourth row, this is the first column, this is the second column, this is the third column, this is the fourth column, and this is the fifth column. Okay, now you can see these are the points of intersection. Okay, listen, see here, this is the point of intersection. This is the point of intersection. Here, this is the point of intersection. Okay, this is the point of intersection. This is the point of intersection. So, a cell is formed when row and a column are intersected. Yes or no? When they cut each other, a cell is formed. So, what is this? This is a cell. What is this? This can be called as a cell. Clear? This is a cell or data cell because it contains the data. It can be a numeric data or it can be a string data. Clear? Now, how to make this table appear on the web page? How to do that? How to do that? For that, we will be using a tag which is called as table tag. Which is called as table tag. Listen. Okay. Listen, huh? Tags used in tables. Tag used to draw a table on the web page. On the web page. So what is the tag? It is the table tag. Okay, it is the table tag. So table is defined with the table tag. Table is defined. Table is defined with the table tag. TABLE. Table tag. Okay, just remember this. So everything related with a table has to be written under this table tag. Okay, so everything related with a table, has to be written under this table tag. Okay, table tag. Okay, so we will write table, opening tag, and then closing tag, TABLE. This is the closing tag. Okay, after forward slash, and we will write the coding in between these two tags, opening table tag and closing table tag. Clear? So everything associated with a table has to be written within these tags, table tag. Clear? This is the opening table tag and this is the closing table tag. Clear? Note it down. Note it down. Now listen. We know that a table is divided into rows and columns. Okay. We know that a table is divided. A table is divided into rows and columns. Rows and columns. A table is divided into rows and columns. Okay. Therefore, we will be using the tr tag. The tr tag is used for row. Is used for row. Okay. Tr means table row. Tr means table row tag. Okay. So we will put the tr tag within the table tag. So we will put the tr tag. We will put the tr tag within the table tag. Within the table tag. Within the table tag. Okay, we will put the tr tag within the table tag. How? Listen. So this is the opening table tag, and here is the closing table tag. Okay. Now here, this is the opening tr tag. Tr stands for table row. Okay, and this is the closing tr tag. This is the closing tr tag. Clear? And we have to write the things within this tr tag. Okay, what has to be written within the tr tag, I will discuss, don't worry. So this is the opening table tag, closing table tag. This is the opening tr tag and closing tr tag, and then we will have to write the things here. How? I will tell, don't worry. Now listen. Now again we know that each row, now again we know that each row is divided into data cells. Yes or no? Each row is divided into data cells. Is divided into data cells or simply cells, which are represented by TD tag. Which are represented by TD tag. Which are represented by TD tag. Okay, what is TD? TD stands for table data. Okay, table data. Okay, TD stands for table data. Clear? Suppose this is row number 1. Assume this is the first row. This is the first row number 1. Now it is divided into data cells. Suppose it is divided into 3 data cells. Okay. So what are these? This complete is row 1. But what is this? Data cell 1. Okay. Data cell 1. This is data cell 2. Data cell 2, and this is data cell 3. This is data cell 3. Yes or no? So each row is divided into data cells, and to represent the data cells, we use TD tag. Okay, TD tag. Clear, na? Now how to write this? Listen. So everything has to be written within which tag? Table tag. So this is opening and this is closing table tag. Clear? Now this is opening tr tag, and here assume It is the closing tr tag. Now within the closing this /tr. Now within the tr tag, we can use table data td. Okay, and we can write anything, and then let me close the td tag here. Okay, then another td, some other content /td. Suppose third heading td and then /td. Okay, what is this? This represents your first row. Okay, this represents your first row. Okay, this part represent your first row. First row. And this part represents your what? Data cell 1. This one. Data cell 1. Data cell 1. And this part is for your data cell 2. This one. And this is for the data cell 3. Data cell 3. This one. This cell. Clear? So everything we are writing within which tag? Table tag, opening table tag, closing table tag. Now, the data cell, that is TD, table data. Okay, table data. All these things are written under the TR tag. TR stands for table row. So to represent a row, we use TR tag, table row. Now within the table row, we write table data. We write table data. Clear or not? Clear, na? Now let me give one example to make it clear. Listen, let me give you one example. Listen, suppose my requirement is I want a table in which the heading should be roll number. Okay, roll number. Then student's name. Student's name. Okay, student's name. Then percentage. Okay, percentage. Now under roll number, I will write one. Student's name, suppose Amit Kumar. Okay. Percentage is 95. Suppose roll number 2, Rekha. Rekha Kumari. Rekha Kumari. Percentage is 92. So this is the first row. Okay, this is the first row. And this is the second row. And this is the third row. This is the third row. Okay, yes or no? So what we will do, we will write everything under the table tag. Table starting and this closing table tag. TABLE. Table tag, table tag. Clear? Then to represent the first row, we will use TR tag. Opening TR tag and closing TR tag. To represent the second row, we will use opening TR tag and closing TR tag. To represent the third row, we will use opening TR tag and closing TR tag. So this is for the first row, this is for the second row, and this is for the third row. And everything is written under which tag? Table tag. Table tag. Okay. Now, in the first row, how many datas are there? Or how many cells are there? This is the first cell, this is the second cell, and this is the third cell. Okay. So that one we will write under which tag? TD, table data, and let me write here roll number. Okay, and then close the TD tag. Okay, so roll number is written here. Then the second one is table data student's name, table data student's name. Okay, and then close the td tag, close the td tag. So student's name is written. Then the third cell is percentage, so I will write here td percentage, td percentage. Okay, forward slash td, forward slash td. So I wrote percentage. Clear? Clear, na? Then second row. Okay, second row is written, will be written under this tr tag, tr opening and tr closing tag. Now what is the first cell of second row? The first cell of second row is 1. So we will write here td, table data 1, then closing table data, closing table data. Okay, so we have written 1. Then table tag Amit Kumar. Let me write here Amit Kumar. Amit Kumar. Okay, Amit Kumar. Close the td tag. So Amit Kumar has been written. Then td. td what? 95. So we wrote 95. Close the td tag here. Close the td tag. Clear? This is 1. 1. Okay, so in the second row, how many cells are there? 3 cells. The first cell contains the value 1. So I wrote here 1. The second cell contains the value Amit Kumar. So I wrote Amit Kumar here. The third cell of the second row contains 95. So I wrote 95 under the td tag. Okay. So remember, the td tag is used to represent the table data. That is the value within the cell. Value within the cell. Then the third row. The first cell of the third row is 2. So I will write here td, and under the td tag I will write here 2, and then close the td tag, forward slash td. Okay, this is forward slash td. So I've written 2. Then the second cell within the third row, the second cell within the third row contains the value Rekha Kumari. So I will write here Rekha Kumari. Okay, Rekha Kumari under the td tag. And the third one is 92. So under the td tag I will write here 92 and close the td tag, close the td tag. Okay, so it is very, very easy, yes or no? Okay, so this part represents your first row, represents the first row. Okay, this part represents the second row, represents the second row. Okay, and this part represents the third row. This part represents the third row. Okay, and this one, this part td roll number represents the first cell of the first row. This represents the second cell of the first row. This represents the third cell of the first row. This represents the first cell of the second row. This represents the second cell of the second row. This represents the third cell of the second row. Okay, and this represents the first cell of the third row. This represents the second cell of the third row, and this represents the third cell of the third row. Clear? So it is very, very easy. Yes or no? Now let us try this. Let us try this. Over the desktop only. Okay, let me create a new folder. HTML table, table tag, table tags. Okay, table tags. Now within this folder I will do my work. Okay, open Notepad. Now here I will write the coding. Here I will write the coding. Now everything is written under which tag? HTML tag. Okay. Then closing HTML tag. Now under the HTML tag, we have the head tag. Okay. We have the head tag. HEAD, head tag. Now within the head tag, we have title, TITLE. Okay. I assume the title is TABL, yes, tables in HTML, tables in HTML, and close the title tag, TITLE. Okay, so head part finished. Now let us start the body, BODY, body. Then close the body tag, BODY. So everything will remain under the body tag. Okay, body. Let me give BG color. BG means background color. Background color is equal to, suppose GREEN. Background color is equal to green. Okay. Now let me try first of all this one. How is it appearing? File, save as desktop, and here what was the folder? HTML table tags, and here I will write table table.html and click on save. Now let me double click over it. You can see the background color is green. The background color of this web page is green. Okay, now listen. Right click, open with Notepad. Okay, now everything we will write under this body tag. Okay. Now what was the tag? Table tag. Yes or no? TABLE, table tag. Close the table tag, TABLE. Close the table tag. Now within the table tag, let me write here table row. Okay, table row. Clear? Now this is the first row. This represents the first row. Now within the table row, I will write TD, table data. Okay, close this tag, table data. Now within the table data, okay, let me put it here only. Within the table data, let me write roll number, ROLL, roll number. Okay, copy this, and paste it here. Again, paste it here. So table data, roll number. The second one was student's name. Okay, STUDENT apostrophe is the student's name. And the third one was what? Percentage. PERCENTAGE, percentage. Okay. Now let us check. File, save, close it, double click over it. I can see the heading appeared. Yes or no? Roll number, student's name, and percentage. Roll number is student's name and percentage. Right click, open with, and then Notepad. Okay, table row. Then let me copy this and paste it. Okay, file, font. Let me decrease the font size. Let me make it 14. Okay. Now you can see everything is under the HTML tag. This is the opening HTML tag, closing HTML tag. This is the head tag, closing head tag. Now within the head tag, we have title tag. This is the body opening tag. This is the body closing tag. We have used the attribute BG color of body within the body tag, and we have assigned the value green. That is why the background color, okay, of the web page is coming green in color. And then within the body, within this body tag, we are using table tag. This is the opening table tag. This is the closing table tag. Then TR opening, TR closing, TR opening, TR closing, TR opening, TR closing. It means there are 3 rows, and each row contains 3 values, or you can say 3 data values or 3 cell values. Yes, 3 cell values. Okay, the first row contains the cell values, roll number, student's name, percentage. The second row contains the cell values, roll number. No. So here we have to change. Suppose this is roll number 1. Okay, and student's name. Let me give the name of the student AMI, Amit, KUMAR, Amit Kumar, and assume the percentage secured by him is 95. Okay, 95%. Clear? Then in place of roll number, let me write roll number 2. In place of student's name, let me write RANI, Rani, KUMARI, Rani Kumari. And in place of percentage, let me write 96%. Okay, Control S, save it, file, save, close it, double click over it. You can see. So in this table, there are 3 rows. The first row contains the heading, and the second and third row contains the values under the heading. The first heading is roll number. Under the roll number heading, we have values 1 and 2. Under the student's name heading, we have 2 names, Amit Kumar and Rani Kumari. Under the percentage heading, we have 2 values, 95% and 96%. Yes or no? Okay. Now right click, open with Notepad. Open with Notepad. Clear? Take this down in your notebook and practice yourself. Okay. Try once. Now let us discuss about the attributes of a table tag. Okay, now we will discuss about the attributes. Okay, we will discuss about the attributes. Attributes of a table tag. Attributes of a table tag. Okay, attributes of a table tag. Now what are the attributes? Listen. The first one is border. So we will discuss about the border attribute. The second one is border color. BORDERCOLOR. Border color. Then third one is BG color. BG color means background color. BG color. Then fourth one is align. ALIGN. Okay. Fifth one is cell spacing. CELLSPACING, cell spacing. Then six is cell padding. CELLPADDING, cell padding. Okay. Then seventh one is height and width. Okay, height attribute and width attribute. Height and width attribute. Okay, so we will discuss about all these attributes related with table tag. Okay, let's start. Listen, listen. So the first one is border attribute of table tag. border attribute, border attribute, border attribute of table tag, of table tag, border attribute of table tag. Listen, listen. First point, it is used to draw borders around all the table cells. It is used to draw borders around all the table cells, all the table cells. Second point, if it is absent, okay, if it is absent, then there will be no border. There are no borders. If it is absent, there are no borders. But by default means automatically, but by default, space is left for borders. Space is left for borders. Space is left for borders. Okay, what is the syntax or structure? Structure, or you can say syntax. What is the syntax? Listen. Syntax is table tag, TAB, table tag, and then the attribute name is border, and let us assign the value 4 within double quotes. Okay, now listen. So what is this table? This is the name of the tag. Okay, tag name, tag name. What is this border? This is attribute name. This is attribute name. And what is this 4? This is value of the attribute. Value of the attribute. Okay, table border is equal to 4. Note one thing. Note. The larger the value, the thicker will be the border. The larger the value, the thicker will be the border. The thicker will be the border. The thicker will be the border. Now let us try this one, okay? Let us try this one, this attribute. Border, table border. Where is that notepad? Right click, open with notepad. Yes. Now table, this is the name of the tag. What is the attribute which we are talking about? It is border, B-O-R-D-E-R. Border is equal to, within double quotes, let me give the value 3 or 4. Let me give the value 4. Control S, or you can click on file, click on save, close, double click over it. Now you can see, okay, the border appeared. Yes or no? Every cell, around every cell we can see the border. We can see the border. Clear? So border attribute is used to draw borders around all the table cells. All the table cells. Okay. So it is used to draw borders around all the table cells. If it is absent, there will be no border. But automatically space is left for border. What is the structure? Within the table tag, you need to use the attribute border, B-O-R-D-R, and assign value. Now, larger the value, the thicker will be the border. Okay, thicker will be the border. Now, let us check. Larger will be the value. Now, notepad. In place of 4, if I give 12, file, save, close, double click over it. See, thicker will be the border. Clear, na? Okay. Close it. So 4 was good. Okay. Value 4 was good. File, save. Okay. Now listen. Now let us discuss about the second attribute, border color. Okay, border color. Second attribute, border color. Okay, we have discussed the border attribute. Now we will discuss about border color. Listen. We will discuss about border. Okay, we will discuss about border color. So this is the second attribute. BORDER, border color. Border color attribute of table tag table tag. Okay, border color attribute of table tag. Listen, it is used to set the color of a table's border. It is used to set the color of a table's border. What is the structure or syntax? Structure, or you can say syntax. Table, then suppose border is equal to 3. Okay, and border COLOR, border color is equal to pink. Okay, so what is this? Tag name. What is this? First attribute name. And what is this? Value of the first attribute. Value of the first attribute. Value of the first attribute. What is this? This is second attribute name. This is second attribute name. And what is this? This is value of second attribute. Value of second attribute. Value of second attribute. Clear? Now let us see. Open with Notepad. Open with Notepad. Double click over it. So table border is equal to, let me give 3 here. Okay, put one space and BORDER, border COLOR. Border color is equal to, within double quotes, PINK. Okay, pink. Control S. Okay, or file, save, close, double click over it. I can see. Okay, the border color is pink now. The border color is pink. Clear? Clear, na? Okay. Now let us discuss about border color is finished. Now let us discuss about BG color. Okay, the background color of the table. Okay, the background color of the table. Let us discuss about this. Listen. Third attribute, BG color attribute of table tag. bg color attribute, bg color attribute of table tag, of table tag. Okay, bg color attribute of table tag. Now listen. It is used to set the background of a table. It is used to set the background of a table. It is used to set the background of a table. Structure or syntax. Structure or syntax. Table border is equal to 3. Border is equal to 3. Okay. bg color is equal to green. bg color is equal to green. Okay. What is this? Tag name. Yes or no? This is tag name. What is this? First attribute. First attribute name. First attribute name. And what is this 3? Value of the first attribute. Value of the first attribute. Value of the first attribute. Okay. Then what is bg color? bg color is the second attribute name. This is the second attribute name. Okay. Green. What is green? Value of the second attribute. Value of the second attribute. Value of the second attribute. Okay. Now let us check. Open with Notepad. Yes. bg color. Okay. In place of border color, I will write here bg color. bg color is equal to pink. File, save, close it, double click over it. See, the background of the table became pink in color. Okay, so this is the functionality of bg color. bg color means background color. Clear? Now let us discuss about the fourth attribute. The fourth attribute is the align 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 attribute. Align attribute. Align attribute of table tag. Okay, align attribute of table tag. It can appear inside table tag. It can appear inside table tag, comma, table row tag, okay, table tag, tr tag, or td tag, table data tag. Okay, so it can appear inside table tag or tr tag or td tag. If it appears inside the table tag, okay, very, very important. If it appears inside the table tag, if it appears inside the table tag. Then it aligns the whole table. Then it aligns the whole table. Okay. Suppose, let me give you one example. This is the web page. Assume this is the web page. Okay, this is the web page. And this is the table. Okay, this is the table. Some rows are there and some columns are there. Okay, so this is called as left aligned. This is called as left aligned. Okay, this is called as center aligned. If the table is in between the web page, if the table is in between the web page, if the table is in between the web page, it is called as center aligned. It is called as center aligned. If the table is towards the right margin of the web page, if the table is towards the right margin, it is called as right aligned. It is called as right aligned. Okay, it is called as right aligned. So if it appears inside table tag, then it aligns the whole table. The whole table is moved towards the left side or in the center or at the right side. Clear? Clear, na? Okay. Listen. If it appears, if the align tag, or sorry, align attribute, if the align attribute, if the align attribute appears inside the TR or TD tag, it indicates whether the text inside, the table cells, inside the table cell or cells, is aligned to the left of the cell, comma, to the right of the cell, or in the center, or in the center, or in the center within the cell. Okay. Now suppose this is the cell. Assume this is the cell. Okay. Now if I have written 10, so here the value 10 is left aligned, within the cell, Okay. Now if I place 10 in between, so we can say here the value 10 is center aligned, within the cell. It is very, very important. Within the cell. Okay. Now, if I have the cell and if the value 10 is at the right, so here the value 10 is right aligned, within the cell, right aligned within the cell, is right aligned within the cell. Okay, so there are three kinds of alignment. One is left, the other one is center, and the third one is right. Clear? Now let me tell you the structure if it is used within table tag. See, structure or syntax. Structure or syntax. Structure or syntax. Table border is equal to 3, align is equal to right. Align is equal to right. Okay. So what is this? This is the tag name. What is this? This is the first attribute name. This is the first attribute name. And what is this? This is the value of the first attribute. Value of the first attribute. What is this? This is the second attribute. This is the second attribute name. And what is this? This is value of the second attribute. Value of the second attribute. Now let me check. Let me use this attribute align. So here I will write border is equal to suppose 3. Okay. And ALIGN align is equal to within double quotes RIGHT. Control S, or you can select file and save option. Close it. Double click over it. See, now the table is right aligned. Okay, the table has shifted towards the right margin of the web page. The table has shifted towards the right margin because we have chosen the alignment right. Clear? Okay. Clear, na? Now listen. So we have discussed the align attribute. In the second video class, we will discuss about cell spacing attribute, cell padding, height and width, and some other things also. Okay, so this is enough for today's video class. Thank you so much for watching. Make the notes. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Bye-bye. Take care.